He started strong. He missed an opportunity. A little bit of everything you'd expect from a rookie. So it's kind of glad that he got an opportunity to start and get that out of the way so next year he won't be as much of a rookie.
After the interception, it looked like you went over and spoke to him. What was your message?
He just missed an opportunity. You're going to get another one, so let's go.
What were some things that, even on the 52-yarder to Terry, what were some things that stood out for you just with the mechanics of the game?
Well, the biggest thing was his anticipation, and his delivery. He anticipated pretty well. A couple times he got behind in his reads and delivered the ball a little late. But for the most part, what you really saw was how he was anticipating, he was delivering it on time and put it where it needed to be put. He really did a nice job in terms of handling some of the play calling and stuff like that. And you could see he had the sense for when to get going quickly and when to settle in, and he did a nice job. He really did.
Did he surprise you in any way?
Not necessarily. It's kind of what we saw coming out of college. I mean, this is a guy that played some pretty big time football and handled that pretty well. And he did a nice job.
Obviously, it's incredibly premature to discuss his future, and you said the other day you're going to watch this game and see. But that said, do you think he's showed you enough to be either in the first, the QB1 or QB2 possibly next year?
Well, I'll definitely say he'll be QB. I won't give you a number yet because we'll get through the evaluation process this week. Once we get through this week, we'll just talk about some of the stuff later on. But for the most part, this will be an evaluation. We'll get a chance to watch the game, break it down, talk about it going forward, and then talk about some of the things that that we need to most certainly focus in on going into the off season.
And in terms of the evaluation of your staff, how is that process, and have you determined if anything will be changing after this is over?
Once we get a chance to sit down and evaluate and talk, that'll happen this week. It'll happen into next week as well.
Ron, there seemed like there was an intensity and a focus here tonight from this team that was maybe lacking last week. Why do you think
No,
that
don't tell me it was lacking last week. They came out to play and they played hard. They played their asses off last week. We just got beat. Don't say those guys. These guys have played hard all year. Okay? Please don't do that. Okay? They played their asses off today as well. Last week it just didn't work. This week it did work.
I'm sure you have a lot of mixed emotions because you win the game, but then now the season is over. What are your emotions like kind of right now?
Just like you said, they really are mixed. They really, truly are mixed, because if we play this to our ability, we give ourselves a chance. I love some of the things that we did on defense. Defense was a heck of an effort today. And again, credit to what Jack and his staff did in terms of piecemealing it together. I mean, you got to really give credit to a number of those guys. Khaleke Hudson played tremendous. He had a tremendous game. He practiced this way all week. David Mayo stepped up on the inside with Jamin out and really handled a lot of the duties that Jamin did. Credit to him as well. And then I thought the front, and with Jonathan not being there, gosh, I'm going to mess up Benning's name, but Benning Patawe. He stepped up, played really nicely, and when Ridgeway went out, and then credit to our big guys up front. They really, Duran, Sweat, Chase, those guys really stepped up and really anchored the front. And then kudos to the secondary. Those guys really had a good week of practice, good week of work. And I thought some of the stuff that Jack and the guys schemed up was really what we needed.
And you talk about that defense coach, obviously very depleted, but did a very solid job against what's going to be a playoff offense. Is there something you can pull from that group or the coaching relationship that kind of pinpoints why they're able to kind of resolve around each other?
Well, I think, first of all, we use skill sets. What Jack and them did was they rotated guys in based on personnel groupings to match them. When we wanted to go big with our nickel, we went Buffalo, and that was Jeremy. And when we wanted to go with our base nickel package, that was Percy. So he was shuffling them in that way, just trying to make sure he matched it up. I thought that was really good a couple times. And they came out with big personnel. We shuffled in our 5 down front a couple times when they came out with extra wide receivers. And we went ahead and we went out with just a single linebacker, and we played our Cinco package, which brings in an extra DB. So, again, it was really a great job by our staff, being able to mix and match and put guys in position to have some success.
I know we've talked a lot this year about your younger guys on the roster. First round pick Jahan Dotson has shown the ability to be explosive and effective with 3 different quarterbacks this year. What is it about him that you think is helping him do that in his first season?
Well, I think all the receivers pretty much adapt to the different quarterbacks. But you know, the one thing that we saw in Jahan was his ability to get open. You know, especially in space, in confined spaces. Then his catch radius and his ability to go after the football. I think all those things combined is really what's his strength. I mean, you know, we really felt good about who he was, enough so that in the draft, when things kind of fell in the direction we were hoping it would, you know, we were able to go back and put ourselves in position to get him. And really, you know, just think he's a heck of a young man that's going to get nothing but better. And heck, just to think he missed 5 games. So he's got a bright future.
What did you see on the pick 6?
It was a great anticipation. I mean, he should have caught the one beforehand, you know, because, again, he saw it, and really, as he put himself into position, that ball was going out to the flat. He was over the top of it. So as he made his break, he was coming underneath and was in great position to undercut it. It mirrored exactly what we saw with the Texans. You know, he stayed up on top. It was on the hip, and then when the ball was being delivered, all he had to do was undercut it and put himself in position to catch it and return it.
You may not be able to answer this tonight, I understand, but when you look at this game, the way everything kind of played, the complementary football you've been talking about all year, is it a simple matter of competent play at quarterback can win you games?
Okay, if I say quarterback, I'm not going to get in trouble with you, am I? But you're right. It is about the quarterback making the plays that he's supposed to make, managing the game when he needs to manage the game, and then every now and then when you need a big play, make the big play. I've said that before, and I really do believe that that's a big part of what we need to get to. And again, I think the things that we do and the things that we can do really do revolve around that position. And that's, you know, again, that's why so many teams have struggled and so many teams have had success. And at that position, the quarterback, okay, that's the difference in a lot of these teams that are going to the playoffs and a lot of teams that aren't going to make the playoffs.
Take 3 more. Coach, I don't know if you saw this during the game, but it's something that we don't usually see here at FedEx Field, where you see the visitor fans leaving early and the fans waving goodbye to them leaving.
Yep. No, I heard it.
You heard it?
Oh, yeah.
When you heard that, how did
Made you feel real good. It made it really feel like, you know what, we're if we continue to do things that we're doing and going into next year, we can definitely get a home field advantage. I mean, the way our crowd got going, and you know, and hopefully we're earning their trust. I mean, we got to put a good product on the field. We got to give them a reason to come out and cheer for us, and they did, and they stepped up today. It was kind of cool. And again, you know, I know we retired Sonny Jurgensen's jersey, and I thought that was a really cool event as well. I mean, you know, man meant so much to this organization over the years, and his tremendous history and success he had for this organization. He deserved it. So, you know, kudos to Sonny.
Did it mean more to you because it was Dallas?
Yes.
2 more.
And I know you guys aren't bound for the playoffs, but to have a season close out the way you guys closed it out, what value do you see in that for the team going forward?
Oh, most certainly build on it. I mean, we talked about setting a tone and tempo coming into the offseason in 2023 more so than anything else. 2 things that we talked about yesterday. One was we're not going to quit. I told you guys we're playing to win, and that's exactly what we did. If the guys were healthy, they were going to play. If they weren't, we're going to sit them down and let them start, you know, their off season now. One of the really good things about it was, you know, I told the guys that, you know, people are expecting us to lay down. We're not going to. I'm not going to let anybody do that. The guys really responded, really handled it very well, and really proud of the way they played today.
And Taylor Heineke, you look pretty emotional coming off the field.
Oh, yeah.
You had a chance to talk to him at all during those?
No, well, not since getting off field, but you know, he's a heck of a football player, and he's a part of what we're doing, and you know, he handled himself this week about as admirably as you can.
You've dealt with a ton in each season you've been here. As you stand here now, the season's just ending. What are your kind of reflections of the overall year in terms of all the on and off field?
I really feel like a lot of positives starting to go our way. I think we're you know, I was talking to a couple of coaches earlier from Dallas, and we were talking about it, and you know, they were saying kind of like what you said, and I said I just kind of feel like we've got our head above water right now. We really do, and a big part of it is the football aspect of it. You know, we feel really good about the young men we have out there. We feel really good about the things that we're doing. We're headed, I believe, in the right direction. You know, we just got to make a couple more moves. We've got to make some quality moves, some good moves, smart moves that can help us, and we'll get started on that tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for the year as well. Thank you.
Sam, Terry, and Kendall at the podium. Everyone else open locker.